In case you wanted any idea of how pathetic the election challenge lawsuits filed by Donald Trump have been, let me put it to you this way. They filed a lawsuit earlier this week in Pennsylvania alleging massive voter fraud in the counties of Fayette and Luzerne in Pennsylvania. Fayette County, Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. Huge fraud, according to this lawsuit filed by the Trump campaign, the Trump lawyers. And they didn't realize, I guess, at the time that Donald Trump actually won those two counties. Yeah. Probably not the best strategy. I mean, if you're going to make up voter fraud, if you're going to invent it out of nowhere, probably best to focus it in areas that you didn't win. Just throwing that out there. I'm no expert on filing fictitious lawsuits based on make-believe, but yeah. That's how incompetent these people are, folks. And here's the craziest part. We know that at least one of the law firms representing Donald Trump, Jones Day, they're very concerned about filing these lawsuits about the impact it's going to have, first and foremost, on our democracy itself, but also on their image. Because they know they're not going to win. So they're filing lawsuits that they know are going to fall flat on their face. They know they're not going to win these lawsuits, but they're doing it anyway because Trump's given them $20 million over the last 5 years. So heck yeah, that's a lot of money. And it's enough to make anybody, if you're a corporate lawyer, put your moral compass to the side where you can't see it for a few minutes and file these fictitious lawsuits. Folks, this isn't going to end until the Supreme Court steps in and says, enough. And this is not going to end like Florida did in 2000. That was decided by 537 votes, by the way. Here's what happened in Florida. That was on a recount. The recounts were taking a very long time. There were issues. There were the hanging chads. Do we count them? Do we not count them? Was that just an error that happened when you put the thing like in the box and it accidentally grabbed, it caught on something and that's a hanging chad? It wasn't punched out. We are not in that situation right now. We're talking about tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of votes different. Not a razor thin margin of a couple hundred. We're talking about Arizona, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Georgia, possibly even Michigan, because they've tried to file lawsuits there that have failed. We're talking about at least 5 different states at this point, folks. It's not the same thing. It's not going to have the same outcome. The only thing the Supreme Court is really going to be able to do, especially when Trump walks in there with no evidence, because he has none, he's going to go in there and say, here's what it is. And the Supreme Court is going to say, certify the results. Sorry, buddy, but it's time to go home. That is the only option the Supreme Court has. And before you hop in the comments and start firing off, but Trump has the Supreme Court. Really? They don't owe him anything, folks. They already have their appointment. We've actually seen them go against him. I'm not worried about it. And I'm not an optimistic person. So if I'm not worried about it, I think we're probably okay.